What's inside your bike? What's so important to you that you have to carry it around with you everywhere you go, just in case? Well, we're going to find out what's inside my bike coming up next on GoldwingDocs. This is consistently one of the most popular topics that emerges on GoldwingDocs, and that's what people carry around inside their motorcycles just in case. People end up with a huge list of stuff, and to tell you the truth, I honestly don't even know what's in my bike anymore. I can tell you that the left side saddlebag is always empty. I use that for luggage or trips or whatever I'm doing. Same goes for the trunk. For them, it's a sort of a half and half. It's half filled with stuff that I use all the time, and the rest of it is empty for travel. The right side, on the other hand, is packed to the gills with stuff that I might need. So, my main trunk, I've got a gold book. Actually, that belongs down the saddlebag, but I just haven't put it there yet. A Helinox chair. If you do not have one of these Helinox chairs, I highly recommend you go buy one. I'll put the link for it down in the description. This is a tiny little package. It weighs almost nothing, and it folds out into an extremely comfortable chair that you can actually sit in for hours. It's an amazing product. Really, really highly recommend Helinox chairs. Gloves. Of course, got my Revit Sand 3 summer gloves, my absolute favorite gloves. Now I'm going on year 3 for these gloves, and they're still in good shape. I usually go through a pair of summer gloves a year. The fact that these have made it to 3 years, it really says something. Not only that, they're by far the most comfortable gloves I wear. I wear these even when it's too cold for them just because they're so comfortable. Again, link in the footer. Dry Star gloves from Alpine Stars. They're waterproof, supposedly. They keep your hands pretty much dry unless it's an absolute downpour, then you might find they get a little waterlogged and wet. This is a piece to my RA helmet that fits in below the chin that blocks off the cold air. I won't be needing that anymore. I should take that out for the summer. Oh, look at that. Charger for my Fitbit. USB charger cable. Luggage scale. I use this to weigh my trailer tongue to make sure that the trailer tongue has the correct amount of weight on it so that the bike performs correctly when I'm towing my camper. Fleece line neck gaiter for cold weather. Wonderful thing. It makes a huge difference in cold weather riding. Again, obviously don't need this in summer weather. This is a Toolbox Liner. I know you can buy this stuff at Home Depot, or you can buy it, I think, at Harbor Freight. It's kind of like a rubbery, non-slip kind of stuff. You're supposed to line your toolbox drawers with it. I actually put it on the back seat because when my wife is on there, she doesn't like how slippery the seat is. She kind of slides around, so I just put this down on top of the seat and she stays put. A large garbage bag. Invaluable. I carry a bunch of these. In fact, you can see several of them in here. If you hit rain and you've got something that can't get wet, or you've got a problem that needs something waterproof, or you need to carry something, just throw a couple bags. You can crumple them up and just throw them in there. A mirror. Not that I need a mirror a lot, but sometimes my wife comes with me. Cables for my heated gear, for both heated gloves and heated jacket. One bungee cord, one piece of rope. Another neck gaiter. This one's by Champa. This one's entirely felt. The other one is a nylon with a felt liner. This one's a bit thicker for colder weather. A very thin balaclava. My helmet is quite snug, so I can't wear anything thick, but this really works well for rain or cold weather. You just pull it over your head before you put your helmet on, and it makes a real difference in keeping you warm. Spare contact lens solution. When you're riding, you have contact lenses like me. If you get something in your eye, you need contact lens solution, get it out, you need it right now. I always carry this. Spare set of earplugs. I have custom molded earplugs. I had new ones made that I use all the time. These are my old ones just in case something happens to my new ones, so I have a spare reserve set. Dude shower on the go. These are amazing. I'm gonna put a link to these down in the description as well. What it is a fragrance-free shower. It's kind of like a wet wipe, but it's big. So basically, when you've been riding in the heat and you come off the bike and you smell like you've been riding for a week, you can take your shirt off, wipe down with this, and it's kind of a disinfectant, deodorant, body wipe, basically a shower in a bag. Clean yourself up, put a fresh shirt on, you're good to go. Sunglasses, spare sunglasses. More spare sunglasses. More spare sunglasses. Spare prescription sunglasses. Reading glasses. I don't read while on my motorcycle, but if you're ever stuck on the side of the road, especially in low light, and you have to make repairs and you need to be looking at little things, and you don't have your reading glasses with you, you're in a world of hurt. Cliff bars. These things are nasty, they're hard, they're several years old, but you know what? If you're starving somewhere, these are a lifesaver. Raincoat water repellent for the windshield. I did a review on this on the GoldwingDocs site. You can check it out there. FogTech anti-fog for helmet visors. I actually don't use this anymore because I have a PinTech, which is an anti-fog. Nelson Rig backpack. Yes, this is actually a backpack. It folds up into this tiny little thing here. I've done a review of this on the website. I've also given this away as our monthly contest prize many times. I love this thing. You can carry it, you can shove it in your pants pocket. You can take it anywhere. It unfolds into a backpack big enough to carry a full face motorcycle helmet plus other stuff as well. Amazing thing. Another, again, link in the description. Allergy medication. Even if you don't have allergies, somebody else might, or it's a good idea to carry these if you have bug bites or somebody gets bitten by something that they're allergic to. This is a good preventative or treatment for that. Also, a pill case in case you have any medication that you depend on or that you might just want, some headache pills or something. This is an interesting little thing. It's a Voltmeter by battery tender. So if you have a battery tender installed on your bike like I do, it has a connection on the end, and you can plug this into that connection, and it will light up and show you your battery status. So this shows me that it's 12.8 volts, so my battery's in good shape. Flashlight. Roadside repairs in the dark. I don't need to say anything else. Spare intercom cable for your passenger headset. Zip ties, the universal repair device. You can never have enough. All right, let's move on to the beast. Bike cover. Unfolds into a half cover that I can cover up the bike with anytime I'm gonna be parking. If it's gonna rain, I've gotta park overnight. Fits right in there. Rain gear. One of these is a jacket, one of these is pants. I forget which is which, but I wear them both at the same time, so it doesn't really matter. These are Olympia. Again, link to the review I have of these on my website in the description below. Honda spray cleaner and polish. Don't leave home without it. I use it for everything. I use it to clean the bike, to clean the windshield. You just spray it on. If you have bugs on the windshield, spray it on, let it dissolve the bugs for 30 seconds or a minute, wipe them off. It cleans everything without any water. It leaves a protective coating that sheds water, so it's great for your windshield. It's safe on plastic, safe on acrylic, safe on Lexan, safe on paint, safe on chrome. The perfect cleaner. Buy some. Again, link in the description. Rock straps. The perfect alternative to bungee straps. These are the ultimate tie-down devices. I did a video on these not long ago. You'll find a link to that in the description below. Windshield sun cover. I have a Tulsa tall windshield, and if you park anywhere where the sun could end up behind you, it actually works as a parabolic lens, focuses the sun down a dash and melts it. So this is preventative measure. It covers your windshield if you're going to be parked somewhere so you don't get dust or rain on it, but I primarily use it for sun protection. Tennis balls. 2 tennis balls. If you note, they kind of open like Pac-Man when you squeeze them. Why do I have tennis balls in my motorcycle? Because when I put the cover on and you fold the antennas down like this, it leaves this sharp little thing here that shoves a hole and wears a hole right through your cover. So what you do is you take the tennis ball, put it on top there. Now you put the cover on. Tennis ball protects the cover from the sharp end of the antenna. Towels. Obviously, if you're going to have spray polish, you're going to spray it on your bike. You need something to wipe it off with, so some nice clean terry cloth towels. Sunscreen. Not that you need it when I'm riding the bike because I'm covered up, but when you get to your destination, you're walking around and it's hot and sunny, sunscreen. I mentioned plastic bags before, more plastic bags. Okay, now we get into the nitty-gritty. Trauma pack. This is a great first aid kit. It has a quick clot sponge in it. This is a device that was developed by the military or for the military. It's got a special sponge in it that when applied to a wound, causes the wound to very quickly clot. Developed for the military because it is good on gunshot wounds, but anytime you have a wound that is bleeding quickly, outside of an arterial wound obviously, you can put this on. It has a sponge strap. You can strap the pressure on there and it will stop the bleeding. I've actually used these. I came across a young child that fell down a rock face and had ripped open his leg to the bone and it was bleeding profusely, and I used this on it and it stopped the bleeding very quickly. So this is a life-saving. It's not just this, it's actually got a whole bunch of different things in here. It's got duct tape so you can seal a sucking chest wound. It's got protective gloves and other kinds of first aid. So this is a great thing. Again, description in below. Then a generic travel first aid kit, just more of the supplies you may end up needing in a emergency situation. Cold compress pack. So this is a cold pack where you would use this if you had bruises or contusions. It's got a special chemical powder in there. If you crack it, and there's a thing inside that opens up when you crack it, and it instantly turns cold, and you can apply it to anything that you've bruised or any kind of contusion, will reduce swelling and pain. All right, here's something that not a lot of people have or even know about, but it's really something that belongs in a motorcycle. It's a tourniquet. The reason for this is because it's used to seal arterial wounds. Now, like I mentioned with the quick clot, it won't seal arterial wound. Now, arterial wound is something that's an artery, obviously, so you have a lot of pressure behind it and it's squirting out. It's the worst kind of bleeding because someone with an arterial wound will bleed out and die quickly. So in that case, what you need to do is have a tourniquet. So this tourniquet is a standard combat type tourniquet. You strap it around, you twist it, and the pressure from twisting it, it tightens around the extremity that's injured and cuts off the blood supply. I suggest carrying one of these, but I also suggest getting training on how to use one of these properly, because used improperly, you can cause more damage than you should otherwise. And lastly, in the first aid kit, a suture kit. Not a lot of people are going to have a suture kit in a motorcycle, especially if they don't know how to use it, but I do, and so I have one. A small air pump. Pump up your tires. Now this bike has actually an air compressor built into it, and it comes with a hose that you can hook into the air compressor right here, and it will reach the tires. But the air compressor in this bike is a very small one, and it's very expensive. So while it's great at pumping up and down the shocks, and in an emergency I'd use it to pump the tires, I thought I'll just buy a $20 pump instead that fits in here. So if I ever need to pump up my tires, instead of burning out the one in the bike, I'll just use this little one here. My tool kit. I know everybody wants to know what tools they carry, and I'm afraid to look at this. Okay, I've got a Vessel GIS screwdriver here, 2 different bits on it. I've got a small socket set, a multimeter, a collection of screwdrivers. I'm not going to go through all of this because there's just so much stuff in here. I've got some spare relays. Everybody wants to have spare relays in their motorcycle. Don't forget, you can go to GoldwingDocs and get your spare relays, your GL 1500 relays. Honestly, if you don't have a spare relay in your 1500, you're playing with fire. Another screwdriver, channel locks, universal pliers. One of my favorite pliers for universal, for pretty much anything you want to fix. Wire. You never know when you're gonna have an electrical problem. You might need to run an extra ground or bypass something. You need wire to do that. Allen keys, more screwdrivers, zip ties, more zip ties. They fix everything. Extra bit for the Vessel GIS driver, just some different size GIS bits. Electrical tape, crescent wrench, vice grips, fuel pump, little siphon pump, extra 12-volt relay just in case, super glue, some needle nose pliers, a multi-tool from apparently the NRA. This is actually a great little device. It's got screwdrivers and it's got pliers in it, and it actually has a socket. You can put a socket and bits and screwdriver, and neat little tool. Some flat screwdrivers. You never know when you need to pry something. These are just Harbor Freight cheapies. That's pretty much it for tools. Now I do have carpets in my saddlebags and trunk, so I'll take that out. Underneath the carpet, I have the cover for my radio, which I've never actually used. I have the old gold book, which we will be chucking because I have a new gold book. Where did I put that? There it is. I have the new gold book. That one will be going in its place. And another cold pack, my owner's manual, and my Honda OEM factory toolkit. Well, that's it. Thanks for going along on this archaeological dig with me. Hope it was at least a little bit entertaining and enlightening. It was to me, because some of that stuff I'd long forgotten about. If you like what you saw here today, you want to see more like it, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and hit that little bell. Also, comment below. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what else you'd like to see in a video about GoldwingDocs. And don't forget to check out the GoldwingDocs forum site. I know there's this discussion on what you carry in your bike is one of the most popular. I'll link to a couple of those topics below in the description. Thanks for watching.